I like Gibbs. Laporte's a good player for the. I think at the end of the day, the Lions. Maybe you don't like the order, and they know something about Swift that we don't know, right? They gave Swift away. Think about this: they traded Swift to Philadelphia for essentially a 5th-round pick, because when you boil it all down between the comp picks in the 3rd round, I mean, so that means nobody was offering anything for Swift. Because when you're taking Philly's pick for Swift, you're basically, there's nobody else out there. Because if Pittsburgh would have offered a 4th, they would have taken that. If Jacksonville would have offered a 4th, they would have taken. If anybody would have offered a 4th, they would have taken it. They know something that we don't know about. I love Swift. I think it's a great get for Philly, but there's more than meets the eye here, and so Detroit knows something that you just can't criticize them for.
Do you think they know something that we don't know, or it's just based on his inability to stay on the field?
I think they know something about why has his inability to stay on the field. Like, for example, I was told, that one of the concerns about Richardson, whether this is true or not, was he has tight hamstrings. Okay. Well, that means he's prone to having hamstrings. So, I'm sure that the Colts did a lot of homework on that and made sure that's clean. But you got to make sure, sometimes there's some things that keep a guy from getting on the field, whether it's arthritis, whether it's a turf toe. I can remember being in New England. We took Byron Stork. He was a really good offensive lineman from Florida State. But the doctors kept saying he's not going to be able to stay with that foot. And after a year and a half, he couldn't do it. Same thing, we took a receiver the next year in the 4th round from Georgia, and the same thing happened. Like the doctors say, hey, this guy's not going to last very long. And they end up being right. Sometimes they're wrong, but when they're right, they're right.
Yeah, and when they're right, sometimes they can help you dodge a bullet.
Mitchell. It was Malcolm Mitchell we took in the 4th round, and he had a lot of talent, but the problem was he had a degenerate knee, and so maybe Swift has a degenerate knee that has arthritis in it. Now, Philly probably will pass him on a physical. They'll look at it, and for Philly, it's no big deal, right? They can evaluate him, and they don't have to move forward for any new contract.
Yeah. Well, Philly, they have a couple running backs who have health issues with Rashad Penny as well, who they signed in free agency. Thanks for watching the GM Shuffle with Michael Lombardi. And for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to VSiN Live and the GM Shuffle podcast with Michael Lombardi, presented by DraftKings and VSiN, wherever you get your podcasts.